Whatever the occasion, effortless elegance is right this way. Because Hilton brings you new ways to stay courtesy of the Nomad London. And it doesn't stop at award-winning dining in a space draped in velvet and illuminated by vintage chandeliers. No, this day goes beyond with unparalleled personalized service and attentive hospitality. Oh, and did we mention the Nomad London can be booked using your Hilton Honors points at Hilton.com? Hilton, for the stay.
The First Lady of New York Radio.
This is Ask Joan.
Cherry blossom season is almost here officially, but now is the time to plan when you want to see them in our backyards, our neighborhoods. Predicting the exact dates for the season can be challenging as the blooms depend on temperature and daylight. Traditionally and typically, a full bloom occurs within a week after the first buds open. According to the Branchbrook Park Alliance, it's a group that works with Branchbrook Park in Essex County, New Jersey, home to the largest cherry blossom collection in the United States. The cherry blossom season is expected to begin in New Jersey, sometimes in late March, a bit earlier than usual. Still a guess, but you've got a rough idea of when to plan your trip. Now, you actually don't have to travel to Washington, D.C. to see an impressive cherry blossom display. Branchbrook Park in the northern section of Newark is less than an hour from Manhattan, a really good place to view them. The park has over 5,200 cherry blossom trees, 18 different varieties. I was there not that long ago, but at least a year or two, and the site was stunning. Of course, unless you're talking about going to Washington, D.C., but the delicate pinks and whites of these beautiful trees against the backdrop of this charming park is a must-see. The park and the parking is free, and you can drive through to view the trees without leaving your car. And that's a great option if you have a mobility issue, if you just don't feel like walking around. It's got a lot of possibilities. The park has 360 acres, including vast lawns, playing fields, winding paths, miles of streams, pools, and lakes. There are plenty of historical sites like the Prudential Lion sculptures, the Octagon Shelter, and the park's unique bridges, 19 in all. There are miles of hiking, walking, biking paths, so you can take advantage of lots of spots, especially if you want a picnic. To avoid larger crowds, I would recommend visiting during the week. Weekends are really busy, and parking can be difficult. For those interested in tours, there's a historic cell phone tour available all season. It's free, self-guided cell phone historic walking tour. You can call 973-433-9047. 72 tour stops. At each stop, a barcode that unlocks park history and horticultural information. The park also hosts a cherry blossom festival every year. The 2025 Essex County Cherry Blossom Festival runs from April 5 through April 13th, and there are a lot of family-friendly events, a bike race, a 10K run, local talks, and more. For more information on the Cherry Blossom Festival, the display at the park, and the directions to the park, go to EssexCherryBlossom.com. And if you live in New York and don't necessarily want to travel to New Jersey or it's tough for you to get there, Central Park in Manhattan has a large collection of cherry blossom trees. A little secret, Central Park offers a cherry blossom tracker on their website, centralparknyc.org, cherry blossoms. And this tracker supplies an interactive map with real-time updates on peak blossom times and locations, noting when the trees are in pre-bloom, full bloom, or post-bloom stages. If you love tours, and a lot of our listeners do, The Central Park Conservancy has a 1.5-hour expert-led reservoir tour in the spring featuring the famous Yoshino cherry trees found throughout the park. The tour shares how these beloved trees came to Central Park and how the Conservancy maintains them today. If you're lucky, the trees may be in full bloom on the day of your tour. The spring tour begins at 11 a.m. on March 30th, runs daily until April 12th, $35 a person. To sign up, get information, centralparknyc.org. Another great place that we like, if you want to see cherry blossom trees in New York, is the Brooklyn Botanic Garden, 52 acres in central Brooklyn, and boasts over 200 flowering cherry blossoms. BBG's cherry blossom collection is one of the most diverse in a U.S. botanic garden. They also have a tracker available on their website. Cherry blossoms at the Brooklyn Botanic Garden begin to bloom in early April. Admission $22 for adults, $18 for seniors, and students also get a good break, and it's ages 12. Kids under 12 can enter for free. During peak bloom, advance tickets are recommended. It does get busy. You don't want to be turned away from that date until May 15th. They open early, close late, Tuesday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Brooklyn Botanic Gardens has many special evening programs, and for the spring sessions, for information, for tickets, go to bg.org/visit.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job post seen on other job sites. With Indeed sponsored jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. According to Indeed data, sponsored jobs posted directly on Indeed have 45% more applications than non-sponsored jobs. Don't wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/ARTS. Just go to Indeed.com/ARTS right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need.